All right, we are back again. I'm with Heath Braverman with,
Signature Healthcare at Home.
and I'm Spencer Ward, your trusty sidekick as always. Today, I want to talk a little bit about time wasting. You know, are you busy all day and only to look back and wonder what you accomplished? I've been there. It's happened to me a few gosh dang times. I don't know about you.
Oh, yeah.
So, talking about making your day more productive. Let's start out first with a little question. And I've got a Buffalo Wild Wings gift card here, $25. Just as good as cash right there. How many hours a day do you think the average adult spends on his mobile device? Let's just say cell phone. I know all you guys are going to Google out there, and I'm not going to release the answer until I start seeing some stuff on the comments. Is it an hour a day? Is it 6 hours a day? Or is it 4 hours a day? So you guys answer that, and whoever has the first correct answer wins this bad boy, okay? So that's one we want to talk about. That leads us into how to be more productive. One thing Heath and I were talking about is shutting down and shutting off your notifications. Isn't that the biggest distraction? That you see a little badge or a little ding?
It is, yeah. And you don't realize how many times you're checking your phone just in case it's something important.
Yeah. Is my mom or is my kids? Or
Yeah.
Is my boss? Oh, is my client going to scream at me?
Yeah,
or
email.
Or
Yeah.
even if it's a good thing, it still draws your attention away from what's most important.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, that happens to me. So just recently, I've turned off the badge. I've turned off the notification sound for the emails. After this phone call, after this video, I'm going to be turning off my text badge and sound, because literally I'll be planned out for what I need to do for that half an hour, and it will, without fail, a bunch of notifications will pop up, and me, who I am, was like, squirrel, and I have to check every answer. I've got to check every text or every
Just in case it's important.
Just in case
it could be important.
Just in case
I'm just look at it.
I won $1 million, which never happens, but it wastes my day. And then I look back and I'm like, wow, I had all this stuff planned, but I got one thing done. So notifications, let's just roll down with them. Your calls, like what I'm trying to do, and this is me, and I have a wise man in the background coaching me, teaching me. I've named Mike. Mike Campion. He's a stud, and I'm sure he's watching this. He's going to critique this later. Anyways, he's wanting us to check emails. He was wanting me to check them once a day. I'm trying to do it twice a day right now, because it's just like any addict, you got to slow down slowly.
Taper off.
Taper off little by little. Same thing with calls. If you can schedule, like, okay, I'm going to check emails at 8:30 in the morning and maybe 3:30 in the afternoon, and that's my time, and people can expect that. Great. Same thing with emails and text even, because you become a slave to that device, and you're not as productive. So, Heath, why don't you tell us about a little bit more about what's the other programs that are sucking the will to live?
Yeah, sure.
Out of a productive day.
Well, I think social media has taken a huge impact on productivity throughout the day for everybody, one way or another, unless you control it. So that's been something that's been interesting. We got these. Spencer and I just happen to have the same phone, but it's a Pixel 3. But a lot of phones have these types of functions where you can look at your digital well-being, is what it's called. They might call it something different on another phone, but it was surprising to me to find out, especially on like a weekend. I cherish my family time and everything else, but to see how much time I've actually spent on certain apps whether that's Instagram, Facebook, or listening to music, or YouTube, or texting and emails. Your phone has a way, for the most part, to track most of that if it's a newer phone. And if it doesn't, I would still track it and look at that. You can, like Spencer had said, you can kind of kill some of the notifications, and then you've got to just kind of manage from there. Jason says amen. Thanks, brother. But it's true. And you don't realize, just like the texts and the emails, I got a ding, I'm just going to check it real quick. And next thing you know, your thumb has been doing this for 25 minutes. And you don't know why. You got sucked into whatever app it may be. That could be emails, it could be Instagram, it could be Facebook. But again, a lot of the social media. So I've done an experiment or two in the past where I've brought this up, and it kind of, I don't know if you guys can see that, but it brings up how much time you're spending on each thing, whether it's Outlook, YouTube, Messenger, to other messaging apps, and social media in general. And that's something where you can actually limit, with newer phones, you can limit how much time you actually do spend there. So I'm going to allow myself 30 minutes at least, because that's 5 minutes here, it's 5 minutes there. I don't want to cut myself off. Like we said, taper off maybe. But it depends on how productive you want to be in your day. I shut off all my notifications on Facebook, Instagram, or anything else that's social media. When I have time, when I'm done with my tasks at hand or my to-do list, then I can check them and say, and then it's maybe more exciting for some of those people to get into that, going, I've got 50 notifications. I'm not that popular, so I'll get like 3. But still, there are some out there that might find that to be more of a win for them, instead of just constantly looking at that. So yeah, that's been a big deal for me when I looked at how much time I was spending on certain applications, including email. But when that pops up and you go, geez, how can I manage that? What could I have gotten done productivity-wise with that 45 minutes instead of just screening through emails? And everybody's on, that's might be watching this going, well, I have to check emails. That's my job. This is more of a general conversation, but you have to prioritize what certain things you need to get done before the others. If emails is part of your job, then it is what it is. But habits of highly effective people, one is checking your email at certain times of the day. Whether that's once, twice, 3 times, you're going to have to customize that. Same thing with social media. That's where the world lives. I mean, we get it. My company has a Facebook page as well, as New Clean does, and Instagram and everything else. But at the same time, are we doing work or are we doing social? And that if we can manage that a certain way, use technology to help us manage that, I think that's a huge advantage.
No, I totally agree.
Yeah.
We've all been there. We start off on Instagram. You see a funny video, and half an hour, maybe even 3 hours down the line, you're watching Nacho Libre for the 4th time, wondering where did my time go?
It's a good flick. But it's true. Yeah.
One solution. I've got the analog version of doing this. Heath's going to talk about a little smarter way to do it. But it's I use Google. I have a Google Sheet, and I like Google Sheets because I can. It's a live document, and I can open it on my phone or anywhere else. But literally, it goes Monday, planned, actual, and in half an hour increments. So, it's nothing too exciting, but literally every half an hour I try to keep something accountable to, and then I keep actual and then planned, and then it's an easy way for me to say, wow, I didn't do anything, or literally actual, I watched Jack Black for 3 hours, and I should have been putting some other stuff together. So that's one way to do it. What's the other way that you were thinking?
I personally use Outlook Calendar, and that's also transferable through other applications, to where I can use my phone. I get notifications. I use, hey Justin.
What's up, man?
Yeah, I can use my voice to set up calendar invites to keep me, again, productive. I don't want to forget something, but for me to pull out my laptop or anything, put in a reminder. Use technology as often as you can. Get comfortable with it. I think that's the way that the future is going, if it's not already there. That can help you stay productive as well. But again, I can set up a calendar reminder through Outlook with my voice on Google. As I'm like, oh, I need to remember to go to that doctor this afternoon to follow up with what's his face. I do that with my voice. I'm on the road, and I'm not pulling over, getting sucked in by some other app or notification. Next thing I know, I'm checking emails, and I've been sitting in my car for 25 minutes with the idle going. it happens. But again, Outlook calendars really help me to stay organized, to invite other people and what have you to really organize my day. And then again, going back to productivity, are we looking at that reactively, like the morning we're getting our shirt on and we're just looking at what we have to do that day, or did we do it the day before to glance over that at night before we hit the sack, or finishing up our day to have a better work-life balance and saying, okay, I've got 3 things that are major tomorrow. That's going to be a top priority. I've got them on the certain times or what have you, and then go from there. So yeah, that's something that I do to stay productive.
A wise man once told me that I worked with in the past, and he used to ram it in my head. You know who you are. Don't prepare to prepare for your day. When you get to your desk that morning, you should already know what you're doing. And at the time, I said, this guy doesn't know jack crap. But as I got older and more mature and realized, wow, yeah, I'm wasting time preparing my day that morning when I could have been using those income producing hours to be producing income.
Yeah.
So instead of getting ready to get ready, you know. So
yeah. To complement that same thing with Outlook, like you're looking at your calendar before. Do you wait for emails to come through and then kind of try to squeeze stuff into your calendar that same day or that morning? Again, that's going to take up time. That's something I find personally is the day before, and I'm not perfect. This is not like I do this every single day, but for the most part I try, and the effort is what matters, right? So, yep. But is cutting out a piece of time on that calendar for scheduling my next day. That's a big piece too. Instead of you're working till 5, what do I have to do? Now you're stressed, the work-life balance is off, you're getting home late, or what have you. So yeah, that's been a great help to me.
Even if you're going to be golfing on that Friday afternoon, put it on your schedule, mark it off, so you're not going to be planning anything else. You need that off time once in a while. So enjoy life, but be productive while you're at work, and get off of work and go golf, go water ski, do what you want to do.
We should do that.
Have fun with your family. Yeah, that's right. I don't know why we're still here.
Yeah, let's get out of here. This weather's too nice.
So anyways, time wasting. Hope you learned a little bit today. And if you're one of your things that's wasting your time is constantly complaining to your cleaning company, and you find yourself going down that rat hole of constantly, you know, hey, do this, do that, you're not doing this and that, it might be time to make a change. I don't know about in your industry.
Yeah, in our industry, in home health specifically, any physicians or medical assistants, nurses, what have you, PAs, MPs that are watching this, and they can think of how to save time throughout their day. God knows they have a busier day than most of us. It's those constant calls they're getting at the office of maybe a higher acuity patient. We'll call them trouble patients or what have you, but some that could be directed towards maybe a home health company to kind of get that in-home care versus just managing everything over the phone. We've seen a lot of that be a benefit too. So
very awesome. Well, cool. Remember, watch this video from the beginning. There is a $25 Buffalo Wild Wings. Boop, boop. Heath and I just hit that up a couple weeks ago. Ate too many wings, and now I just probably can't. I can't eat $25 more right now. So this is yours. Answer the question correctly. First one to answer it correctly gets it. Take some of these into consideration. Hope you put some into practice and make your days more productive and go out there and kill it. Until next Thursday. And thanks, Heath, for coming, stopping by.
Thanks for having me.
Thanks for your expertise.
Later, peeps.
See ya.